And welcome back to another video on the Wrestlers Way into another edition of Smackdown Out of 10. Smackdown is kind of in the middle of the period between SummerSlam and Extreme Rules now, but yeah, still lots going on. We've got a huge Universal title between Roman Reigns and Finn Balor match in our main event. So yeah, there's definitely a lot happening on this Smackdown nevertheless. So let's get straight into it. The Usos kicked off Smackdown and called Street Profits out for interrupting their family business and helping them beat down Finn Balor. Roman Reigns was watching from backstage as the Profits came out, and the Usos asked if their permission slips were signed by Roman before we headed into the match. The Usos had the upper hand early on as Dawkins kicked off before Ford was down in the ring after hitting a big move, but Usos sidestepped it. Dawkins was back in and Jay tagged in as well. The Usos isolated Dawkins in the corner before the Dawkins hit an ointment and Montez went for the splash, but Jay broke the pin. Jay sent Ford into the ring post repeatedly and got disqualified. The Usos wiped out on the outside. Montez came back in with a big dive and took the Usos out, and they were celebrating on the outset. Roman was not happy with the result and wanted to talk to his cousins. I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10 to kick off SmackDown. Yeah, it was a decent enough match. Shame it's a non-finish, but I kind of suspected that's where it's going. I guess we'll just have to see where it goes. Backstage, Paul Heyman's phone kept ringing. The ringtone was Brock Lesnar scenes. It seemed like the Beast Incarnate had a message for Heyman. Biggie showed up out of nowhere to flaunt his Money in the Bank briefcase. This is good, kind of like where this is going, and we'll get a blow-off soon. Before Becky Lynch was back on SmackDown, and she said she was looking forward to facing Bianca Belair. Becky added that she saved the match at SummerSlam, but it was not her fault that Bianca was not prepared. Bianca came out and said the accomplishment a lot over the year before losing it in 26 seconds. She wanted to beat herself up before beating Becky, and that she already earned a rematch. She asked Becky for a title match, and Lynch said no before leaving. Listen, I'm still not convinced by this, but yeah, I'll give it a few more weeks. But yeah, this is questionable stuff, I have to say. Before Dolph Ziggler was backstage on SmackDown and walked out to Toni Storm before she revealed herself to be a big fan of Rick Boogs. And that's the match we got. Mostly Toni Storm, even if it was in this role. Before Boogs lifted Ziggler as the match began and dropped him before he went for a big slam, but Dolph blocked it. Boogs went for a slam and a near fall before blocking it. Rick managed to catch Ziggler in his trademark pump handle for a swift win. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Boogs really seems to be getting a push, but yeah, kind of jobbing out Ziggler. To be honest though, Ziggler's long past it, so will it make too much of a difference? I doubt it. Backstage, Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce walked up to Becky and said that she had a scheduled title match with Bianca, which she earned fair and square. However, it would be at Extreme Rules and the contract signing would be next week at MSG, before Seth Rollins headed to the ring for a match with Cesaro and said that he rewatched his match with Edge to figure out what he did wrong before he got Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. Cesaro tossed Seth Rollins outside with a tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Back in the ring, Rollins got a drop kick and a big DDT before getting a near fall. Back after a break, Seth hit a huge buckle bomb before blocking the black side. Rollins nearly pinned Cesaro with a Reg-O-Matic before Cesaro managed to hit the swing and got 20 seconds in. Seth broke it up with a steel chair as Cesaro ran right into it on SmackDown to cause a DQ. Bit of a disappointing game, 5 out of 10, it just seems so repetitive. Before, next up, there was a whole host of segments. Seth was disqualified, and as he continued to beat down Cesaro, Edge came out, made his return, and Rollins ran away. Basically a classic face v heel thing. I'm surprised Edge returned this quickly, but yeah, still really not sure on the direction. Backstage, Paul Heyman told Roman that he had a Lesnar problem and the Beast Incarnate would be at next week at MSG. Paul accidentally let it slip that he knew where Brock was and Roman had suspicions of Heyman. Just building up nicely before Edge was backstage and said that Rollins was playing a dangerous game and needs to be stopped before more people got hurt like Cesaro. He challenged Seth to a match next week and promised to end his reign of terror. Before Corbin came in and hugged KO, but he didn't like it one bit. Corbin thanks Owen for helping him get back on his feet before they continued with an interview. Corbin called out his own special guest on SmackDown, Logan Paul. Owens was not happy to see Logan and called him self-centered, useless piece of trash before Paul offered him $100. Owens told him to walk out the ring, never come back, before Corbin stepped in and hit Owens with a chokeslam, choking him out before walking out with Logan. Really not sure where this is going, to be honest. Was definitely surprised to see Logan back. But yeah, happy Corbin, it's a good character. Not sure where Logan fits into this, but let's see where it goes. was Sami Zayn v Dom Mysterio. Zayn took Dom down to the corner right away, and Sami, however, quickly lost control and was hung up. Ray showed up to block Sami's exit, and Dom hit a big dive to the outside, taking him outside. Back in the ring, Dom was telling Ray he had things under control before Sami took advantage and hit the haluva kick. It's basically the thing you expect now. It was okay. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. But yeah, if they're not keen to break it up, then it just feels like they're teasing, and nothing's going to happen. So yeah, we'll really need to know where this is going. Before we got Roman Reigns versus Finn Balor in the Universal title match. The Usos attacked Balor before the bell rang and sent him into the steel steps and the barricades on SmackDown. The Usos drove the ring steps into Finn on the barricades before the Street Profits came out to make the save. The Profits and the Usos chased each other out of the arena before Finn agreed to start the match and the main event was underway. Roman started strong and Balor was flying across the ring before taking him into the corner. Balor came back with a kick and managed to ground the champ before taking a headbutt. Balor hit the sling blade but took an uppercut and a powerbomb for a near fall. After a break, Balor got an overhead kick but was sent to the outside. Balor trapped Reigns on the apron and unloaded on him before hitting a huge dive. Balor went up for the coup de grace, but Roman rolled away on SmackDown, and Roman got a Superman punch for a near fall, but Balor rolled in and hit an inside cradle. The Prince got another near fall and went for the coup de grace again, but Roman kicked out of it. Roman pounded on Balor before locking in the guillotine. Balor tried to reach for the ropes, however it didn't work, and Roman walked out of Heyman. There was a small tease of Finn Balor's alter ego, the Demon, coming back. Yeah, this was a great match. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Brilliant from start to finish, obviously the right result, and then the tease of the Demon coming back, maybe for Extreme Rules, was great. On the whole, this was great. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Overall this week, SmackDown gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, it's a bit of a mixed SmackDown. I felt like the main event obviously was brilliant, but yeah, it just... the rest of it was just a bit questionable, really, from start to finish. There were some good bits, there were some not so good bits, but yeah, it just kind of feels like SmackDown is pretty stale at the moment. Just kind of want it to pick up. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, comments down below. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to my channel on the screen right now. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.